Happy Friday, House Edge, aka Colonial Life Las Vegas. Start this off by saying cheers. Yes, I have my red Solo cup with the new Fanta Pina Colada. I know it's backwards because I'm using the front of my camera because honestly, I don't like the way I look in the other camera. So this is what we get. Backwards. All right, but trust me, it's Fanta Pina Colada, nothing else. Most of you know I don't drink anyways. Cheers to you. And as promised, this video is going to be about social media and why and how we should be using it, especially in today's culture and these unprecedented times. Before I get started, I want to ask that you all watch this and take in this information openly. I know a lot of you have expressed your dislike for social media. I just ask for you to kind of remove those thoughts and approach this openly. I'm going to say it 2 times, 3 times. How many times am I going to repeat myself? I'm no good at these videos. I'm back. Okay, so I've gathered a lot of information about social media, some statistics and stuff like that, and I'm actually really excited about it, and I hope that you are too. First thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with some facts about social media as a whole. In the US alone, there are over 243 million users across all of the social media platforms. Out of those 243 million users, 43% use social media for work. Because that many people are using social media for work, we can actually reach out to them about work-related things on social media, because that's what they're there for. 43% of social media users use social media to research products and companies before they buy or before they commit. And this is an important stat because as you build your business on social media, as you build your brand on social media, your clients or potential new agents, right, I'm talking to you managers, will use it to research you, your agency, and your brand, all right? Not having a presence on social media will prevent these potentially new clients or prospects from being able to do the necessary research to come to an informed decision. And I would never recommend relying on Glassdoor and Google and all of the other reviews to build your business, especially when it's something that you can take control of and steer people into the direction of your brand on social media. The first platform I'm going to start off with, is my shirt coming up back here? The first platform I'm going to start off with is Twitter. Okay, Twitter is the 6th most visited website. 80% of tweets come from 10% of its users. That means there's a ton of opportunity to actually become that 10%. 70% of small businesses are on Twitter. All right, so let's take advantage of that and start interacting in a positive way with the small businesses that are on Twitter, looking to gain a following. 85% of users following small businesses feel more connected to the businesses that they follow. And 67% of users say they're more likely to buy from a brand that they follow on Twitter. All I'm going to say to this is build your brand on Twitter. How much opportunity are you leaving on the table? Do I need to keep reminding you that lost opportunity is the biggest expense to your business? Well, I kind of just did that, right? Twitter users prefer culturally relevant brands, and culturally relevant on Twitter means to be inclusive and transparent. So why would I bring that up? Comment below if you could understand why I believe Unum and Colonial Life are inclusive brands that people on Twitter will enjoy. First comment to get it correct, we'll get some poker chips. The average user spends 10.5 minutes per visit on Twitter, and they stay on ads for 20% longer than any other platform. As you're building your brand on Twitter, start considering how you want to advertise to take advantage of that extra screen time. Posts with hashtags get 100% more engagement. For any of you that are on Twitter, it's usually a little strange to see a post without a hashtag. Like, why are you even there? Just go post that on Facebook or something. I don't know. Hashtags are the whole purpose of Twitter. A hashtag or a pound sign, right, is used to identify messages on specific topics. This allows users to search for those topics and find your content when you use those hashtags. Posts with videos receive 10% more engagement. By using a couple hashtags and posting a video, you will begin to get organic traffic to your content. People that wouldn't otherwise see you will see you. Next on the list is Instagram, also known as IG. Instagram, I'm pretty excited about. It's a little bit more exciting than Twitter. Please pay attention to this because this is a platform that I think that you're really going to want to use. And one of those reasons you're going to want to use that is 75.3% of all U.S. businesses are expected to be on Instagram by the end of this year. Your ability to connect with over 75% of all U.S. businesses are greatly increased just by being on Instagram. The average business posts 1.7 times a day and does 13.1 stories a month. This gives you the opportunity to engage and interact with these businesses on an average of 65 times per month. Do you think they'll notice you if they start seeing the trend of you liking and commenting on their posts? It takes you out of the stranger danger status and into the status of someone that is supporting their business. How can that not be exciting? I think it's pretty exciting. 92% of Instagram users follow a business, click on links, or have purchased something through Instagram. Why is that important to us? Everyone on Instagram is looking to be sold something. Do you think documenting your team's success or sharing about the businesses that you have helped will help attract new agents and new businesses to Instagram if the reason why people are there is to be sold stuff? I think it will. So why aren't you already building your brand on IG? And listen, another exciting thing about Instagram is 1 in 4 of their users use their direct messaging platform. That means you have a 25% chance of getting a hold of the business using the direct messaging platform on Instagram. I'm willing to bet that you have a much higher percentage than 25% chance of getting a hold of the business through Instagram because businesses use their messaging to interact with their customers. That chance is probably closer to 75% chance of getting somebody's attention through the direct messaging. Now, onto Facebook. There are 140 million businesses on Facebook right now. Don't you think it would be wise to be building your brand on Facebook so these businesses and these business owners can see how you help other businesses? One of the main reasons that the businesses are there on Facebook is because the average user, the average Facebook user, clicks on 12 ads per month. They are using Facebook to generate business. If other businesses are using Facebook to generate business, why aren't we? 58% of Facebook Stories users, Facebook Stories users, 58% of Facebook Stories users, man, that sounds weird. I don't like it. 58% of Facebook Stories users have become more interested in a brand after seeing a story that brand has posted on Facebook Stories. There's 300 million Facebook Story users a day. Using Instagram and Facebook will help you attract new agents, which brings new business to your teams. Agents using Facebook and Instagram to tell your stories will get the attention of other businesses. The power of this is endless, but the first thing you got to do is get started. 64% of Facebook users prefer to use Facebook to message businesses. I take 2 things away from this. First, businesses are interacting with their customers through Facebook Messenger, which gives you the opportunity to reach out and interact with them. Second, if you had a business page, you give your clients, your potential clients, your agents, your potential agents, another avenue to reach out to you, an avenue that 64% of them would prefer to use. Finally, 79% of all Facebook traffic is done through a mobile device. 79% is done over their phone. This means you are literally at their fingertips at all times. Last and certainly not least is LinkedIn. Currently, there are 675 million users on LinkedIn every single month, and that is growing by the rate of 2 users every second. 153 million of those are decision makers, high-level execs, and decision influencers. LinkedIn gives you the ability to connect with these people directly. There are 30 million companies on LinkedIn, and when you are on a company's page, you can find out who works there and what their title is. is. This is a very great technique for recruitment and prospecting. 62% of business-to-business marketers, yes, that's you, say LinkedIn generates leads for them. Say that again. 62% of business-to-business marketers, yes, that's you, say LinkedIn generates leads for them. Agent Assist is nice, but who doesn't want more leads? An ad on LinkedIn can reach 12% of the world's population. 12%! I'm curious to know the percentage of the world's population a Super Bowl ad can reach and how much that costs versus the average LinkedIn ad cost. Comment below with your answers. Engagement has increased 50% year over year. This means that users on LinkedIn are engaged and interact with each other. It is an understanding that we are there to network and drive more business for ourselves and our companies. Take advantage of the understanding of what LinkedIn is. And finally, 57% of all traffic on LinkedIn is through mobile devices. Again, you are at the fingertips of these businesses and business owners. A few last things before I go. 338. That is the average amount of friends each user has on Facebook. That means you have the potential of reaching 114,244 people just through your friends list alone. How many of those people are looking for a new opportunity? How many of them are wanting more benefits from their employer? How many of them are business owners? How many of them know business owners? See where I'm going with this? 150. That is how many followers the average user on Instagram has. This also means that's the average followers that the 25 million businesses on Instagram have. This gives you the opportunity to interact with them in a very intimate way. They will notice you. This also means we can find talent within Instagram without having to compete so heavily. 390 million. That's a big number. That is also how many users on Twitter don't have a single follower. Remember, 70% of small businesses are on Twitter. How many of those don't have any followers? Do you think it would be advantageous to follow the businesses that have none? How many people looking for new opportunities don't have any followers? Simply searching the hashtag entrepreneur can connect you with millions that may be interested in doing what we do. 930. That's the average number of connections per user on LinkedIn. The power of LinkedIn is within its algorithms. The connections of your connections can see your posts. You can see the posts of people you are not connected with when one of your connections interacts with their post. So how can this help you reach decision makers directly? All four of these platforms are predominantly accessed through mobile devices, cell phones. There are 80 billion direct messages sent through Facebook and Instagram every single month. 80 billion. How many is that a day? There are hundreds of millions of direct messages sent through LinkedIn. When you send a direct message to somebody on one of these platforms, they are getting an alert on their phone, just as they would a text message. So it is a lot more personal than an email, but not quite as invasive as a stranger sending them a text. How many of you have actually been taking advantage of this? Woo! Almost done. By now, you should all want to start creating your brand on each of these platforms, if you haven't done so already. If you don't want to do it anyway. I challenge you all to create new accounts or pages centered around your business. Don't use your personal ones. Invite people who you know will support you and your business. Invite people that'll interact in a positive way. Invite the decision makers and the plan administrators to the companies that are already in your book of business. Eliminate any and all of the haters. Get rid of them. We don't need them in there. They will only hurt you. You might be asking what your brand is. Your elevator pitch is a fantastic place to start. What is the culture of your brand? Let's kick those ideas around in the comment section. And what should your content consist of? Again, let's comment some ideas down below, and I will also be doing videos in the future about what your content should look like. I'm going to be creating videos for each one of these platforms. In those videos, I'm going to explain how to communicate your brand's mission, how to communicate your culture, how to create an advertisement, etc., etc. What I need from you all is to be prepared and at least have these accounts and pages ready so you can follow along in the tutorials. If you're excited as I am and you don't want to wait for my next video, there are plenty of tutorials and step-by-steps and how-tos throughout the internet for each one of these platforms. To determine which platform I do first, I want you all to comment below. Each comment's going to count as a vote. You only get one vote per person, all right? So if you want Facebook, type Facebook in the comment section. If you want Twitter first, type Twitter. If you want Instagram first, type Instagram. If you want LinkedIn first, type LinkedIn, and I'm going to tally up all the votes. Whichever platform has the most votes is the one that I'm going to start with first. The platform with the second most votes will be last, because if you're not first, you're last. Also, comment below on any topic that you want me to cover next Friday for Friday Fundamentals. I appreciate all of you, and I'm looking forward to the comment section and what you guys have to say and what your input is. Thanks again for tuning in. I will see you on Monday. We're going to be doing a live stream through YouTube. Keep an eye out for your email on Sunday night and early Monday morning on how to tune in on that live stream. I'm actually going to be bringing Travis into that live stream, so you'll be able to see both of our pretty faces. All right, so with that, again, I appreciate you all. Comment below, and you guys have a great weekend. Cheers.